Today we're going to be reviewing the Fafrees F20 Pro. And the first thing I've noticed from any other bike that we've had delivered is the size of the box. Now what I'm hearing, there's minimal work to do to put this bike together. So we ain't opened this box yet, so I've left it in the state it's delivered, which is great. It is still a weight, but you know, it's a decent sized box. So I'm going to open it up and take a little look inside. So straight away, after opening the box, the packaging inside looks actually really good. Now this is from Buy More Way. They got a selection of different bikes on their website. We will have the link and everything in the description. Now at the top we've got the pedals. Straight away, that's something we have to attach. A little gift box. Have a little look. Right, we got one user manual there. Oh, a little smiley face or unhappy face. That's to their official site, so that's just documents. Again, it actually comes with UK Declaration of Conformity certificate. So that's something I've not seen before. A little key ring holder. I don't know what they are, but they look like some form of brake pad type things. Aha, that's quite cool. So you've got like a Allen key set there. It has got a posi and screwdriver in that as well. That's quite cool. Oh, spare inner tube. 2 fuses. So straight away this is different with some of the extra bits of kit you get in here. Bike caps. And either a spare reflector or a reflector we need to be fitting. So I'll put this little gift pack to one side. Hopefully we haven't got to put an inner tube in and it's already there. And that's just a spare. So I'll get all that in there. I may need the tools at some point. But the other thing at the top of the box then is the battery charger with a UK 3-pin plug. Right, let's get past this top layer. Looking inside the box then, it looks like it's already been folded up. I'm not sure how much is actually built on it yet. Well, let me see if it's quite an easy lift out. So holding the box then. Oh yeah, that's all right. That not too bad at all. So I'm going to rest it down there for a minute. But it looks quite stable. That's a good sign. So this one is the satin black, I think. Now I'm not overly sure on the colour of the seats myself. They're like a purpley leather. However, they're not that bad. I think they do lighter colours on the seats. But without boring you too much, I'm going to get all the packaging off and then, you know, show you how to unfold it and how much is built on it. That's most of the packaging off. Now, I'm not even going to get the instructions. I think it's rather simple to build. Right, okay, so that just comes up, so that's already attached. You would have to just attach the handlebars, so we get them on and out the way. I'm just going to stick them, I suppose, at their lowest point for now. But it pretty much comes assembled. I mean, the front wheel's attached, the mud guards are already attached, the lights attached. So these are things usually I've been having to attach myself. So it's there. So if we now unfold that, that was nice and straightforward. Even has a stand. So let's stand it up for a minute. The only thing I can see to attach here is your pedals. Obviously the seats are the wrong way around. There you go. It's quite a straightforward fix.
Do you think when it's folded that it will fit in the motorhome all right? Weight and sort of size-wise?
I don't know, without fitting it in, but it looks like, I mean, the weight's not really a problem. It's still quite a light bike. I think it comes in around 25 kilograms. So it's not one of the heavier ones. There is a light version of this, but the Pro is that little bit heavier. But yeah, I'm going to get the pedals on now. Then we go through all the different features on the bike. Once we've done all that, I believe Jodie is going to give it the test ride, and just to see how it performs.
I won't be taking it out here though for a spin. It'll be on our next adventure.
It will be, and yeah, I'm sure you're going to put it through its paces. So on this bike then, all in all we've had to do is put the pedals on basically. Good thing about the pedals, you ain't got to go that tight, but that's that pedal on. It is a foldable pedal. So I'm going to run you through some of the specs of the bike and some of the cool little features. So first thing we have is the 20-inch by 3-inch fat tyres, and I think they're quite adequate. Now I've rode the bikes with the 4-inch fat tyres, but I think these to me are better. Don't get me wrong, 4-inch ones are great, but this is all you need really for a bit of off-road and a bit of normal road use. So perfect size tyres in my eyes. So the max load for this is 150 kilos, so it pretty much suit a lot of people out there. It does say don't exceed that, and I think with the rear seat as well, combined that's 150 kilos max weight on the bike. The actual bike itself then weighs 25.5 kilograms with the battery in it, so it's not as heavy as some of the e-bikes I've seen out there, and it's not as light either. It is the Pro version, so it has got a few upgraded additions to it, which probably adds to the weight, but I think that's fine for the type of bike it is, and something you can easily stick in the motorhome boot or the car boot or anything like that, or even on a bike rack. It has got a lithium-ion battery. It is 18 amp hours, 250 watts, 36 volts. It takes 7 to 8 hours to charge this from empty to full. And the voltage, charging voltage is a 42 volt 2 amp charge, and that's the charger that you get with it. Like most of these bikes today being electric, they have got built-in front and rear lights, and the rear light itself, it does act as a brake light as well, so even if your lights ain't on and you brake, it will activate the rear light just to let everyone know behind you that you are braking, which I always think is ideal. Now looking at it, I think this one has only got the front suspension, which is adequate enough for this bike, and some gel pads. Now I think these gel pads here is when you end up folding the bike, is just so it don't damage it really. If we go to the rear of the bike then, it is Shimano gears. It is 7 gears in total, and this is where the motor sits as well. So just within there, that's your motor and your gears. So I think for an e-bike, you know, 7 gears is more than enough. I mean, whenever I ride an e-bike, I rarely change gear that often because you've got the assisted power anyway. But yeah, so it's a great, I think a great looking bike. Now I'm not overly sure about the rear seat. Maybe for a kiddie or something like that, and maybe you can take that off and use that as a frame, or just use it to put your shopping on or anything like that. But another cool feature on this is to take this battery out, because you can charge it with it on the bike or out off the bike. It has got a clip under here. You can just see the lever there. Literally lift the seat up. Now if you come around to here, you have got where you put your key. You've got off position and on position, and plus you've got an unlock position, so you can actually take the battery out. So placing the key in, if you push that in to the unlock position, you should be able to get the handle and then lift the battery out. So the battery itself, that actually weighs a bit on its own, to be fair, as it would as a battery, but yeah, that's all right. Take that out and get that charged. Putting it in then, it's relatively simple. It's got a channel down the back of the battery, just down there, and it literally just slides on that rail. So if I can do this one-handed, you just slide it back in, and then using the key, just put it into the off position. Now what I have noticed at the top here, if you just look there, then you've got like a little power icon, so you've got empty to full. So if I just put that on without putting the unit on the front, there we go. So we can see that's a full battery there just by pushing that button. I suppose that's an ideal feature if you're not got it attached to the bike. I mean, some people may have two batteries, one as spare, but then at least you can check the battery before you load it onto the bike without having to put it on the bike and then go to the control unit. Let's have a look at the actual control unit itself. So you have got the battery level indicator, you've got the speed indicator, pedal assist level indicator, trip distance indicator, headlight indicator, speed unit. So if you want it in miles per hour or in kilometers, average speed, and then your distance. It's quite basic to use, the functions on this. Literally the top button up here, push and hold, that turns it on. Now if you push the left button at the bottom, that will go through to your power assist cycles up to 3, and then the right side button will bring it back down. If you hold the left button in, it will bring your lights on. So as you can see there, you have a lovely front light, and then here you got the rear light. Quite straightforward. And just to get them lights off, you just push and hold that again for 2 seconds. And with that, there is a symbol that shows up just so you know you got your lights on or off. And then if you hold down the left button, which I do find it a little bit awkward, it's meant to, let's bring it over here, kick the stand up. It is meant to power assist, and you might see the P just come up in the center there. And that's your power assist to walk. But to me, that just seems a little bit awkward, so I probably wouldn't use that. And the bike's light enough as it is, so the only time you really need to use that if you're trying to power assist it up the hill or something like that. The other thing I have noticed with this bike is where the battery sits. Now if you look here, it sits in this channel and it is locked in, so it is nice and secure. However, as you can see there, it rattles a little bit, so I'm either going to have to pad that out, or when we do the test ride, it's not going to cause an issue. But we'll find that out on the test ride, because if that's banging all the time, that could be quite annoying. Just a couple of other features before we go out, is it has got built-in bell. So that's already built into this system here. And the other thing is with the front suspension, you can lock the suspension in place, and that's it unlocked there. So yeah, so you have got that facility. I suppose if you're on the road, you may not want the suspension as much. I don't know. I'll probably keep it off or unlocked, but it's there if you need it. But that pretty much sums up all the features of this bike. Yeah, it's really simple to build because it's pretty much built for you. That is the great thing with this. There's no putting on the mudguards, the wheel or anything like that. The only thing I had to put on was the handlebar main stem, I suppose, but that just slots in there, and then the pedals themselves, which are simple enough to do. They're marked out correctly, so you know what's left and right. It's a lovely little bike, and I'm sure it's going to be a great addition to our motorhome and our adventures. The next thing is we're going to get it out there for a test ride and just see what it can do.
Yeah, so once you get used to the gears, you don't try and go up a hill in 5th gear, like I was. Bring it down to about 3. And the pedal assist really helps. I've got it on 3 on here, which is the pedal assist power, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's on 3, so it's really good. And then you have got the throttle for a bit of extra, but the minute if you're on a hill, the minute you let go of the pedals, stop pedalling, it slows you straight down. So, and I was struggling with it up at 5. I didn't realise I had it on 5. But yeah, I'm finding it now. I'm getting used to the gears. I'm finding it pretty good. It's comfortable.
How do you rate the bike?
I find it's very comfortable. I think it's a nice ride. Not sure of the seat bit. I don't think you'd be able to use that for anything, if I'm honest. There's nowhere to put your feet or anything, so I think it's going to be more of to put a little shelf on for a bag and that, I reckon. But yeah, I like it. I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's got a bit of power to it. Get it in the right gear. It's got nice tyres. A bit fatter than the other bike. So I like that. This is a step through, so it's nice and comfy. The seat is really comfy. We've got a hill here. I don't think I'll be going down that. Or shall I? Let's have a look.
So one thing we found with the bike is the brakes. So I'm going to look at them, just see if I need to adjust them, which I shouldn't do really getting them out of the box, but the brakes work. They're just not as good as other bikes we've used out there that brake sort of instantly. It's a bit more of a slow down brake scenario.
Which makes me a bit nervous on the hills. If something comes out at the bottom of this hill and a bit of speed behind me, I won't be stopping really quick. That's the only thing. So it may be just you need to adjust it, it might be fine. Yeah, pretty neat bike. Pretty neat bike. Well, this is mine. I'm keeping this one. And yeah, I like it. Does what it's meant to do. Comfortable ride. And yeah, I don't know how long the power lasts for, do you know?
It's yet to test how long the power lasts on the bike, but if you need any other information on the bike, please go down to the description. It'll have discount codes down there as well if you're looking at purchasing one of these bikes. They've got different brands, so it's worth a look. But other than that, it's a great bike, and she's off.